You wake up at 5:04 in the morning, in a house that doesn't look like $11 million. The alarm never rings. Your body already knows. Frost sits on a Honda Civic in the driveway with 211,000 miles on it. The gutters need cleaning. The porch light burned out 3 weeks ago, and nobody's replaced it. The coffee machine hums the same tired hum it has hummed for 12 years, the same crack running down its side held together with a strip of tape. Nobody is watching. That's the whole point. By midnight tonight, you'll have made more money than most people make in a year. No one will ever know. Not your mailman, not your barber, not the man across the street who thinks he already knows exactly who you are. Stage 1, 5:04 a.m. You pull on the same gray t-shirt you've worn to the gym for 6 years. Soft now, the collar stretched from washing. Downstairs, before the sun touches the kitchen window, you open a spreadsheet instead of a newspaper. Net worth? $11,240,600. Up $14,200 since yesterday. You don't smile. You write it in a notebook, by hand, the ink slightly smudged, the way you have every morning since you were 26 years old and broke. Nobody sees it. Across the street, Derek's garage door is already open. His leased Lamborghini idles in the driveway at 5:15 a.m., engine growling for no one but himself, headlights carving 2 long white lines across a lawn he pays someone else to mow. You've never once started your car before you needed it. You've never idled anything just to be heard. He says wealth is loud. You've learned it's the opposite. The quietest man on the block is the richest one. He just never told anyone, and he never will. Silence, it turns out, is the most expensive thing you can buy, because almost nobody can afford to stop performing. Stage 2, 7:30 a.m. At the breakfast table, your daughter asks if you're rich. You tell her you're comfortable. It's not a lie. It's a discipline, practiced daily, the same muscle you flex when you skip the steakhouse and reheat last night's rice instead. Derek drops his kid off in the Lamborghini, blasting the horn twice, waving like he's arriving at a parade nobody organized. Your daughter watches through the window, eyes wide, cereal spoon frozen halfway to her mouth. Why doesn't Derek's dad go to work in a car like that? She asks about you, not realizing the question answers itself. You don't answer right away. You let the silence sit, the way you let money sit, because the car isn't the goal. The car was never the goal. Somewhere behind that windshield sits a 5-year lease. A repossession warning taped to a stack of unopened mail, and a man who needs everyone to believe he's already arrived so badly that he mortgaged the arriving itself. You drive a 2015 Civic. It's paid off. Nobody photographs it. Nobody envies it. That was the deal you made with yourself a long time ago. Invisible now, undeniable later. You shook hands on it with no one but the version of yourself that used to count coins for gas money. Stage 3, 9:00 a.m. You run a 14-person logistics company. From an office with no nameplate on the door, a beige building sandwiched between a tire shop and a dry cleaner. No assistant announces you. No corner window frames a skyline. You spend the first hour of work the same way you spend every hour, watching numbers, not applause, tracking fuel costs down to the cent, because the cent, compounded, is the whole business. Derek calls at 9:40. He always calls when the market dips. You hear about the crash? He says, voice tight. The words arriving too fast. I bought more, you say. Flat. Already back to your spreadsheet. He goes quiet on the other end. The kind of quiet that costs something. Nobody sees it. Not the buying, not the selling, not the 11 years of choosing the boring index fund over the exciting story everyone else was telling at parties. Wealth built this way doesn't trend on social media. It doesn't get a comment section. It just compounds, silently, in an account nobody's ever asked to see, growing in a darkness most people find unbearable. Stage 4, 12:30 p.m. Lunch is a turkey sandwich at your desk. The same brand of bread you've bought for a decade because the price hasn't changed, and neither has your appetite for change. Derek texts a photo of a $340 steak lunch with 2 words underneath it. Business meeting. You type, nice, and put the phone face down on a stack of invoices. 30 minutes later, he calls again. This time his voice has changed. Smaller, careful, circling something before it lands. Hey, weird question. Could I borrow some cash? Just for like a month. Car payments due and a client's invoice is late. You say yes. You always say yes to him. Quietly. No interest. No mention of it again. No spreadsheet entry. No reminder text 3 weeks later. He says nothing about the fact that the car costing him $900 a month is the same reason he needed the loan in the first place. He says nothing. The math does. It always does, eventually, to everyone who refuses to listen to it. Stage 5. 3 p.m. Your financial advisor calls with the quarterly review. Her voice calm, unhurried, the way people sound when the numbers behave themselves. Real estate, 4 rental units, unremarkable brick buildings in unremarkable neighborhoods, cash flowing quietly since 2014, gutters cleaned on schedule, tenants who stay for years because nothing ever surprises them, index funds, untouched through 3 crashes, through headlines that screamed at everyone else to panic. A single rule taped inside your desk drawer, edges curling with age: never sell the goose for the eggs. Nobody sees it. Not the 4 units. Not the 11 years without a real vacation that went on a credit card instead. Not the version of you at 26 who ate rice and eggs for a year, counting every dollar, to make the first down payment on a duplex nobody believed in. The quiet millionaire isn't born rich. He's built, meal by meal, decision by decision, in rooms nobody was filming, on nights nobody clapped. Stage 6, 6:30 p.m. You coach your son's baseball practice for free, the way you have for 6 seasons, your voice hoarse from calling out batting stances across a chain-link fence. Derek shows up to watch, still in his work blazer, phone buzzing in his pocket every 90 seconds like a second heartbeat. After practice, he pulls you aside, near the dugout, where the kids can't hear. "Can we talk business?" he asks. "I need advice." "Actually, I need more than advice. You already know what's coming." He needs another loan. Bigger this time. You can hear it in the way he's rehearsed the first sentence, but not the second. You say nothing at first. Just listen, the way you always do, while the kids pack up their gloves in the fading light and somebody's mom calls out that pizza's getting cold in the car. Derek built a life that looks rich. You built a life that is rich. Nobody at the ball field could tell the difference between the two of you. Same folding chairs, same dusty cleats. That's exactly how you planned it, 20 years ago, before either of you had anything worth hiding. Stage 7, 9:45 p.m. By lamplight, in a house gone quiet except for the dishwasher running its last cycle. You write in the same notebook from this morning. Net worth, $11,221,800, up again. You close the book without ceremony, the same way you closed it yesterday and the day before, and every day for 11 years. Your wife asks how the day was. Normal, you say. It's not a lie. Normal is the entire strategy, the whole architecture, built one unremarkable Tuesday at a time. Nobody sees it. Not this morning's 5 a.m. spreadsheet. Not the loan you'll never mention again. Not the 11 years of invisible discipline stacked into one very quiet Tuesday. Somewhere across the street, Derek's garage light is still on, and you wonder, just for a second, if tonight is the night he finally turns it off. Tomorrow, your alarm won't ring either. Your body will just know. You wake up at 5:04 in the morning again, in a house that still doesn't look like $11 million. The Civic still sits in the driveway, dew collecting on a windshield nobody bothers to admire. Derek's garage door is still open, engine already running for no one, the same headlights carving the same 2 lines across the same tired lawn. Nothing about the scene has changed, except now you know what the silence was worth all along, and what it will keep being worth long after his engine finally goes quiet, for good. Being rich is loud. Being wealthy is silent. Nobody ever sees it, until the day they can't afford not to notice.